Alright, well, my last video got 20,000 likes, and I still got some focus trees that nobody does to show off. So, hello! Hey, what's going on, my gravy babies, and welcome back to the amazing, intriguing, thrilling, pretty mediocre ride of Hearts of Iron 4. Alright, so if you haven't watched my last video, this is essentially a part 2, where we're going to cover a few more focus trees in the game that are a bit crap, to say the least. Nonetheless, though, we did actually find a couple good ones that focus trees not a lot of people do in my last video, so if you want to go check that out, link is somewhere. Just click on my channel. God, come on, it's not that hard. It's 2020, boomer. Alright, today we're going to start off strong, and when I say strong, I mean incredibly strong. That's right, it's Germany. I'm the main character, right? I'm not the antagonist. Right, so I'm pretty sure it was with Man the Guns that Germany got themselves a new focus tree of alt history paths, and one of these is a lot better than the others because it revives the Kaiser, brings back the monarchy into Germany, and that's all anyone really did. But if you go ahead and oust Mr. Schmittler, and you do oppose Mr. Schmittler down here and go to secure a new state, there is actually a separate path you can go down. That's a bit interesting. I just thought about the irony of this, but since Mr. Schmittler's in charge, and he's the one choosing the focus trees, this one seems a bit contradictory. Are you okay? Oh, there you go, we've overthrown the government, we've got Mr. Mackinson in control, but not for long. And now, usually what people would do around this point is go ahead and bring back the Kaiser. We won't be doing that today, though. That's right, because instead of doing the Kaiser and bringing him back, we're going to go ahead and re-establish free elections, because you know what gets the ladies going? The Weimar Republic. Now, the focus tree isn't as mundane as maybe led on, it's just a little bit differently. Kind of like going democratic as Japan, the game kind of plays a little bit differently if you go democratic as Germany, funnily enough. Alright, so the big proponent is the bulwark against Bolshevism, which essentially means, well, we've only got one enemy this game, but the way the game usually works is that France will now also go communist because I've gone democratic. The game kind of counterbalance itself, even if historical focuses are turned on, to try and make something happen. Already, the UK, I'm pretty sure, is decolonizing. I don't know why they've done that. It's not what I wanted. That's right. It's the Central European Alliance, everyone. Friendship. Oh, that's interesting. I guess we can also go ahead and just try to annex Austria. Sure! Well, I guess we can do some expansion. Now, I'm pretty sure if I'm right, I don't know if this is just with the old monarchy path, but I'm pretty sure you could actually get Austria-Hungary reform on its own, and then you get that event and just annex it all. Can't remember if that still works. So, surprisingly, as soon as you start inviting people to your faction, the Soviets kind of go a bit mental and start invading people very quickly, assumingly not wanting to be NATO'd a few years early. Now I do have a war going on with Soviets already, and I could come save Poland, but kind of just, you know, I'm going to do what kind of happened to them in real life, and just kind of leave them to the dogs, and then swoop in at the last moment and take advantage of the situation. Oh, we also get, well, get ourselves some free land off the Polish too, which I'm assuming we gave them a guarantee for, but nope. I guess we're just still gonna watch them die. Now, the thing that I was talking about with France was actually before la résistance, which means I'm not too sure if they actually will be going communist. I'm pretty sure this means that I'm only gonna fight the Soviets. That's it. That's the entirety of this game if you go democratic Germany. Oh, so you went ahead and puppeted Poland, which means it is time for us to make our move, kind of scumbaggy. Oh, well, I was expecting the French to declare war on me, but no, they straight want to join me. I'm just going to say no, just in hopes that they might switch Reno to communist, but I don't think that's going to happen. Oh, kind of seems weird for a democratic Germany to just annex, you know, all of the Soviet Union and Poland, but that's what I'm going to do. Right, so after annexing the Soviets and doing nothing else, there is one other war I got called into, which is against the Italians, because they joined the Japanese faction. The Japanese faction declared war on the Dutch, and the Dutch were in my faction, but I can't be bothered joining that because I'm already bored. So yeah, democratic Germany, not the worst focus tree we've done so far. That's still held by Hungary and New Zealand. Those were pretty bad. The only thing I had a problem with was the fact that France didn't actually flip communist, although I think they might be doing that now. But like I said, the AI does sort of counterbalance. If you do something gay historical, they'll do something gay historical to sort of balance it out a little bit. But the UK in this game just started projectile vomiting its colonies into freedom. But yeah, had enough of democratic Germany. 5 out of 10, not the worst. You still get a bit of action, but well, that's all the action, really. Oh, well, Germany democratic wasn't actually the worst situation we've been in. The next one definitely will be. That's right, everyone. It's Czechoslovakia with everybody's favorite, Mr. Benez. So the Czechs actually have a pretty interesting few paths they can go down. Obviously, kind of like all the focuses that came with the, I can't remember the DLC specifically. Was it Death or Dishonor? I think it was Death or Dishonor. They are a bit limited, though. But the focus we're going down today is essentially shooting yourself in the face. You see, you can go ahead and you can click and do a whole bunch of focuses that give you, you know, a few different ways to play this, and most of them you can actually go ahead and tell Germany to go to hell, really. But there is one specifically that isn't that great. That's right, boys. It's suicide time. Oh my god. What am I doing? You thought the ride ended there with the Sudetenland, but no. Just keeps on going. Hey, that's right, it's 1936, I've turned into a puppet of Germany, and this man has eaten Edward Benez. So this is pretty much just shooting yourself in the face 5 times with a Uzi, because 1, you immediately lose all your industry, 2, you're a puppet, and 3, that's all you do now. You're Germany. So I might be thinking, well, you know, by doing that, you still get the Hungarian situation, which gives you a war goal on the Hungarians and the Polish one. But, no. You can't use that war goal because you are a puppet. No, I don't think we, thought this through too much, Mr. Yaroslav. Well, the Germans don't want to get involved in my Polish situation, which means, well, now we're just gonna sit here. You know, on top of the fact we're just sitting here without the Sudetenland, our country looks like a sperm cell. This focus tree is pretty much like Hungary's, but it's even worse because you are literally a puppet, so you lose any chance of doing anything other than whatever Germany wants to do. And as we know from history, what Germany wants to do never really went that well for them, did it, Mr. Germany? So yeah, we're not gonna sit here to watch Germany slowly burn to death while I, you know, single-handedly win the war for them. You know, no one wants to see that. Instead, we should probably move on to the next focus, because this one is a 4 out of 10, 2 out of 10. Haven't played it all the way through, so I can't give it as low as Hungary, but you know how it be. Alright, next up, we got ourselves a new one. Now, this one, I'm actually slightly torn on, so we're kind of going to be covering 2 in 1 here. First off, it's National Block time. Alright, so it's kind of like a normal France game, quote-unquote, if you were going to do one of the cool focuses. So you're going to start off with the Council of Ratatouille. Alright, so as you know, you can go ahead and, you know, bring back Napoleon, and you get yourself pretty overpowered focus tree, because you can, you know, take out England and the Netherlands, Belgium, incredibly easy, and after that, well, Germany's a piece of cake. Or if you don't want to get Napoleon, you can do the legitimate heir. That's pretty good. Get Alphonse in charge. He's a cool guy. Okay, you know what? This one, not up your alley, alright? You get yourself Spain, that's it. Why would I want just Spain? That's what you're saying to yourself. Fine. Orleanist, alright? You get yourself, clear the slums. What? Oh, there he is. It's John the Third. Yes, apparently that part of his head just moved down to here. But you know, sure, this focus tree doesn't really give you any expansion. I'm pretty sure the only thing it does give you is a little war goal on Germany and Italy, which isn't that great. You know, war goal's fine, but one that's gonna declare war on you anyway doesn't really matter, especially since you only get down to that part of the focus tree in what, 1939? What's the point? But we're not done just yet. This part of the focus tree, I gotta say, definitely completely terrible. 2, 3 out of 10 compared to the rest of these that give you so much different stuff to do. This part's terrible. Alright, there we go. I just had to surrender extra hard, and it is time to collaborate with the German. Alright, so the Orleanists, Alright, so the Orleanists, the monarchy route was kind of crap, really. But no one really ever does the Vichy France one, because that kind of entitles you to just lose. Very hard. And when with the new focus tree you can just win very easy, you can also now lose and get a special little focus tree, which I don't know why you'd do purposely. Now, pretty interestingly, as Vichy France, obviously you don't take part in the war straight away. You are just independent, hanging around, having fun with Mr. Pétain. Not really up to much per se. So, apparently harboring some British soldiers that haven't left the country yet. So whilst doing the Orleanists actually didn't give you a lot to do, bar just fight Germany the same as you usually did, democratic, but as a monarchist, Vichy France does actually give you a little bit of stuff to do. Alright, so first things we need to tick off in our little fun game as Vichy France to, you know, kind of go see the general base for how this plays is we've got to go ahead and surrender a bit more to the Germans. Doing so will actually allow us to not be crippled so hard by the occupation costs and have some semblance of an economy. So my biggest gripe with this focus tree, and probably what a lot of people have with it, is that first, well, you gotta lose. Second off, you gotta wait like 2 years before you get down to this part of the tree. And then after all that hard work, you can go ahead and end the occupation, which I'm pretty sure Germany actually has to say yes or no to. Well, there we go. We've gone ahead and we've been given our country back. It's a step in the right direction, I say. And I think the most interesting part about all of this, because this is probably where we're going to end it for this little focus tree, is the fact you get all your stuff back. It's actually pretty cool. So yeah, while the focus tree is kind of out of the way, and you also can just do this from the start technically if you go down into the fascist path of life, yeah, it's kind of weird to go ahead and lose the game willingly just to do something you could do from the start, which is why I don't think a lot of people do it willingly. So yeah, for our French trees today, I gotta say the first one was probably, you know, 3 out of 10, 4 out of 10. It's basically just democratic France, and then the second one is, I don't even know what to rate this goddamn thing. It's such a weird thing to do. I will blitzen through these pretty quickly, but, next one's gonna be a little bit not interesting, which is the theme of the video. Alright, Canada already is kind of in a little tricky, weird spot where you always kind of be playing support, and the fascist and communist paths aren't really, you know, they're not that great, honestly. But there's also one more you can do over here. So you can go ahead, you go kick the British out. No one likes the British, am I right, guys? Am I right, lads? No one likes them. But it's what comes after this that really kind of cements the playthrough. Right, now after doing that first focus, we gotta wait, so +1, we gotta, okay, we gotta wait 420 days to do anything now. Right, so we've waited our prison term out, we've clicked the button, and Canada's now... Why am I this color? What the hell's wrong with the world? Okay, reasons not to like this focus tree, number 1. What the hell? Why am I like Japan's color? Alright, whatever. Anyway, moving on. Now it's time to leave the Allies and become part of America in a way. Oh, and there you go. You've just gone ahead and cemented your position as America's little bitch boy for the rest of the game. I guess it's not terrible, but considering you do have 2 other options if you don't want to stay with Britain, it's probably the worst option to then instead stay with America, who now can't join the Allies. So all you get to do is fight Japan. And the way they've made changes to China, most of the time you're not even fighting Japan. My biggest gripe with the Canadian tree though is unless they've changed it, if you go down war bonds and you have to do the national steel car, and yeah, that's, you can only get rid of the Great Depression if you do national steel car, but if you do national steel car, can't send in the zombies, which means you can never get rid of the conscription problems with the Quebecois. So it pretty much makes it so you kind of have to pick between manpower or an economy. And for Canada, they basically have neither. So it's pretty dumb. But yeah, that's enough focuses for today. There's still so many to go through. France is like, we did theirs, but there's still a couple more in there. You know, we got the Netherlands, we got the Spanish, and oh my god, there's so much to look through. For the French and the Spanish, though, I can understand that there's some duds in there. Same with Germany, because they have so many other good focuses, but then for ones like Canada, and for ones like Hungary, where they actually, you know, they have one really strong one and then one just really, why would you ever click that one? It's kind of dumb. It's either one or the other, honestly, and yeah, you can't really beat them. I'd prefer it to be like that than if all majors had that same type of deal. Italy still has the worst treaty in the world, and the Soviets ain't that better either, so hopefully one day they'll finally get around to fixing them, rather than giving Portugal a goddamn focus straight. But yeah, we're gonna leave it off here for today. I hope you enjoyed this part 2 to focuses no one ever does, and for a goddamn reason. And yeah, I'm gonna just go take a really cold shower after all of this, and yeah.